Okay, well, good morning and welcome to the 2024 Miss Collegiate USA Sisterhood Session. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning, especially for my friends in the West Coast. Welcome. I know it's bright and early. It's good to see you. Well, thanks for joining on the East Coast. It's a little rainy today, so hopefully you found some sunshine amongst the rain. But thanks so much for joining and turning on your camera. We're really excited today to provide the sisterhood session for those joining us. This really is an opportunity for our state and regional contestants to learn a little bit more about Miss Collegiate USA, hear from some of our volunteers on staff what we're looking for in the next title holders, and to bring some ease to your preparation for Nationals Week. So we're here to hopefully answer all of your questions. We do have a lot of information, so feel free to look down, take some notes if you have any, and then feel free to use the QA chat as well as unmute yourself if you come across any questions that you want to address or ask. For those you have not met me, my name is Dr. Kia Brown. I'm the founder and president of the Miss Collegiate USA Organization, and very honored to meet all of you. Some I've met before, and some this is the first time I see you on screen. So thank you so much for joining and being a part of our sisterhood. Just to give you a little background on who I am a true rhinestone pageant girl. I've been in pageants for over 20 years and competed as little as the Little Miss competitions. And so since having the pageant bug as a Little Miss and really embracing the opportunity of interview skills, building self-confidence, and connecting with a lot of sister queens with like-minded ambitions and goals. I really do enjoy pageantry. I am a first generation college student, and so when it was time to go to college, I had to navigate the financial aid process. And so I ended up becoming a federal work study student in the Office of Financial Aid and Scholarships. And so my love of both higher education and bringing access to all really resonated with me and became my platform. So in pageantry, financial literacy, wellness, education, and college access was a big impact in my life. And so you'll hear from our national judges coordinator, Erica. She is a pageant girl as well. She is the reason, really kind of like the springboard. I had a discussion about my platform and how I wanted to create a organization like Miss Collegiate USA. We were backstage at a national pageant and she's like, you need to do this. And so a couple years later, I said, this is happening and I want you on board. So she'll talk about a little bit about my vision even way back when, and she'll talk about what she conveys to the judges when they are selecting the new national queens. So that's a little bit about me. I work in higher education full time. You'll find all of our volunteers and staff are volunteers and staff. They are unpaid, but how they're paid is connecting with you young ladies. They love being a part of the organization. They love the vision, and they're just great friends for the organization. So a lot of the volunteers that you'll see are taking PTO or annual leave to be a part of Nationals Week to be there for you. So if you have questions, just needed to talk to someone, feel free to grab any of the volunteers that you embrace because they're here for you and they want you to have the best experience as possible. So we will get started on learning a little bit more. I know some schedules have changed a little bit, so I think Jessica will pop in just a little bit later to say hello. But for now, I want to touch base on what to expect during Nationals Week. So feel free to take some notes. I am going to turn my camera off as I navigate multiple screens, so feel free to do so as well. But if you have any questions, as I said, feel free to unmute yourself or utilize the chat and I will try to address it as we go along. All right. So I am going to put you on the spot later to introduce yourself to the group. So no harm right now, but once Jessica joins us, she'll introduce herself and then I'll have you introduce yourselves. So just get ready to unmute yourself shortly thereafter. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is the Nationals Week schedule, which was provided to you in your spring newsletter, as well as what to wear, which was included in the magazine #1. Upcoming deadlines, some have changed to provide you a little grace in obtaining photos, for instance, so you'll hear about that. National paperwork, which Erica will convey, is extremely important. And then you'll learn a little bit more about the vendors as well as ticket sales. So hopefully by the end of today, you'll have, if not all, the majority of your questions answered, and then you can ask anything else. So going through the agenda, Nationals Week will kick off with our high school and collegiate age divisions arriving or starting on July 2nd. July 2nd is our orientation and pageant check-in that evening on Tuesday. And then following thereafter is our signature Golden Pearls welcome party. The Golden Pearls welcome party will be an opportunity for you to get a little dressy, wear some gold or inspired pearls in cream color to also embrace a amazing photo shoot from our photographer, and partake in the gift exchange. So this is a free time. This is exclusively just for the girls and the volunteers, so no family or friends. There are some games, some activities, and some fun contests, excuse me, that you'll embrace that the staff are working on. On Wednesday, it is our signature Greenville Day tour. Every year, I like to mix it up. So not even Jessica knows what is expected of the Greenville Day tour. We like to visit different places throughout the week, throughout the day to kind of mix it up. So you'll have a little opportunity to do some touring, a little bit of walking. We've balanced it with being outside in a combination of being inside and taking a break. But I'll share with you the importance of your attire selection for the day. That evening is our sponsored Booty Shop Fitness Workout. And those are with our sponsors on Main Street that provide a fitness workout, or like I like to say, a last chance workout for the fitness wear competition. And before I continue on, I did want to have Jess is joining us. She is joining us because her mom is in town and she's going to miss Mother's Day. So I didn't want her to miss mom on her trip visiting in town to Arkansas. So I'm going to bring her in and just break the session just for a little bit. So let me have her come in. Hi, Jess.
Sorry, I was muted. Hi, everyone. How are you guys? You're muted, Kia.
There we go. We were just kicking off the Nationals Week schedule, but I was telling the girls that mom is coming to visit. And so I know your schedule's a little busy, so we don't want you to miss out on mom visiting. But I didn't want to break, so you could join and just say hello to the girls and talk anything about preparations for nationals that you had.
Yeah, it's so nice to finally see everyone that I haven't met already. I know we're not in person, but I'm super excited. I can't believe that Nationals is already coming up. It's crazy. Good luck getting this crown for me because I'm never giving it up. So, but I'm super excited and I'm here for like any questions too. Feel free. I know all of you have my Instagram, either my collegiate one or my personal. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have, or any now that Kia probably has any already answered. I'm sure she will. She's very thorough. But I am really excited to get to meet all of you in July. It's crazy. It's already May. But yeah, that's me. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to be here as a resource.
And Jess, you've been to nationals twice. So what did you learn from your first trip to nationals that you prepared for in the second year that you would recommend?
I did come twice. So I was there for the first year of MCU. As soon as I walked off the stage, I told Kia, I was like, I'm coming back, for sure. And so I took a year. I didn't come the second year, but I was obviously here the third year. And I was the winner. Gosh, I don't even know. I think I took a lot of time to prepare mentally, I guess, in a sense. Like I really learned how to be confident in myself on stage and in the interview room. I think I prepared more in that sense that I was able to be confident in who I was and not trying to be, the perfect queen or something that the judges wanted me to be. And I think that's the biggest piece of advice in anything, not just pageantry. I think it's being confident in who you are as a person and being able to show the judges and anyone in general your heart and who you are, what you're passionate about. I am very passionate about agriculture. And so I really leaned into that in my interview because it's not something that I want to hide. I am passionate about those things. And so I was confident enough to be able to share that. And it worked out. I did get to walk away with the crown. And so that would probably be my biggest piece of advice for any of you is to make sure that you are being yourself in the interview room and that you're confident on the stage in what you're wearing and how you're presenting yourself.
Best piece of advice. I think that's great, Jess. I think just to tag off of that is for me and pageant prep is just making sure that everything's prepared so you're not stressing when you want to be kind of in the zone, especially in preparing mentally to be on stage or to be an interview. You just want to make sure everything's complete so you can give yourself at ease.
Yes, I agree.
Any questions for Jess off the bat? No pressure, Jess. Okay, perfect. Has mom arrived yet?
Yes, she is. She's here. She's actually sitting on the floor right now. She
Hi,
didn't want to be
mom.
behind me. But she can hear you. She's here. She says
Okay,
hello.
we miss you. Yeah, so the year has flown by
Yes.
extremely quickly. Yes.
Yes.
So,
Too fast.
yes, I'm sad.
Yeah.
So, yes, it will be hard to break Jess away from the crown. She almost fought the airlines from taking her crown box away.
Yes. hmm Yep. They
That's a
try.
that's a
hmm
fun story you can share at nationals.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
The
thanks for
American Airlines. Mm-mm.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for joining us, Jess. You can definitely hang out for a little bit
Okay.
if you choose to,
Yeah.
um, and just providing feedback on what to expect at nationals. I am inviting Jackie. Jackie Coates is our national walking coach, and she's coming in as well. Here we go. Hey, Jackie.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. The girls were just chatting with Jess, who's joining us, and I know you are setting up.
I'm trying.
As I said, ladies, Jackie is an amazing human being. She she joined MCU as a national judge the first year as nationals, and we kept her. And so she's part of our family and graciously provides walking expertise to the ladies on stage and just backstage, creating that positive energy. She is known to sew girls into dresses that zippers have broken. Um, she is the emergency mom backstage, so we're really grateful to have her. So thanks, Jackie, for hopping on a Saturday morning.
Hey guys, sorry about my background. We have some people working on the house today, so I'm in the guest room and I got displaced. So sorry about all this. But yeah, like Kia said, I joined the organization as a national judge. So I had such a great experience right off the bat working with staff and loved the organization. So they asked me to stay on and help in any way I could. So we figured we should leverage as much of my skill set as we could. So currently, like she said, I help with um, weekend of coordinating backstage so that moms don't feel like they have to be backstage 24/7. They can actually go out and watch their girls actually perform on stage if that's what they choose. And I also help develop, the walking presence. So Kia and I work together to create a choreographed, program, and then we help present it to the girls over the span of the weekend and make sure that they are just very confident, very comfortable with it. And then we, put them through their paces a good bit to make sure that they're able to, not just worry about the steps, but be able to flaunt their personalities, their style, what they've practiced. And then, yes, I am known to sew people into dresses if zippers break. I have rhinestone people. I've done hair and makeup backstage. I will do whatever it takes. I'm a Jackie of all trades. So always there to help. But primarily, yeah, I'm their runway sponsor. So before the weekend happens, if anyone needs some extra help, wants to, some tips and tricks, not coaching per se, but it's just a little bit of advice how to walk in heels better, how to feel more comfortable on stage. You want a little extra help ahead of time, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to help anyone via Zoom or FaceTime ahead of time. And then during the pageant weekend, I'll be working with everyone. So I'm really excited. So hello.
You're amazing, Jackie. Thank you so much. I know one of the things that we've seen in our pageant history is ladies not preparing in their walk with their evening gown specifically, with the shoes. And so making sure that if you purchased a new dress and you are accompanying it with heels, that you're practicing on a floor. One thing that I've learned in my pageant world is your shoe selection with chiffon or a certain type of dress could damage your dress. So be thoughtful when you're preparing the shoes with your dress and how you're walking in it. So Jackie is an amazing resource, and she has graciously offered this service that in a lot of spaces is not granted. So definitely take advantage of it because she has offered that to you. Thank you so much, Jackie.
Yeah, of course. And like she said, if there's anything, I'm sure a lot of you work with coaches, you have moms, you have friends, you have family, you've done pageants before. So if you guys just want an extra set of eyeballs or some honest feedback, I'm your girl. If you just want someone to, bounce some ideas off of, or just, practice with in terms of being a third party just to watch and see what things look like, I'm always happy to help with that. I do it whether you like it or not, pageant weekend. I told Kia last year or 2 years ago, she gave me a microphone. I warned her it was a bad idea. So if any of you were competing 2 years ago and you remember that, I am definitely loud enough. I don't need a microphone, but we were having a grand old time because I make sure, all the girls feel comfortable and that they're having a good time. But I also really want to make sure we have a good show because a good, strong pageant is not just about interview, and it's not just about what you wear. It's really about showing up on stage, being your best self. And the judges are not going to crown a representative for the year to represent this organization that cannot hold themselves well and present themselves well. So we love to have a good time in practice, but really and truly, I do my absolute best to bring out the best in you and the best in your daughters that I know is in there, because sometimes I see it and they don't see it and you don't see it. No one sees it, but I know it's there. And so I'm notorious for sort of calling those things out. And we've got some of the girls on the call. I can see that we're just at North Carolina, especially my littles, and they know the littles. I don't hold back on the littles either. So we have a really good time. But this organization, and Kia specifically, has graciously empowered me to be able to really make sure you guys are putting your best foots forward and not just saying, oh, that's great, good job, moving on. Really push you guys, help you grow, help you learn. and feel like you got a lot out of the experience, whether you leave with the crown or not. So excited to be back for another year. And if you don't have my contact information, can give you, and please don't hesitate to reach out ahead of time. I'm happy to help anybody.
Jackie is the big sister you never knew you needed. Thank you, Jackie. And let me know how the work at your house goes. I will provide everybody Jackie's contact information if you would like to utilize the resource. But you will definitely be able to work with her during Nationals Week in preparation. And as she said, she makes sure everyone's best self is presented on stage. She wants to provide that. Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you.
All right. So anybody else, anyone have any questions as we continue with the agenda for Nationals Week? Perfect. That means I've answered everything so far. It's great. All right. So as I was continuing on, so Tuesday and Wednesday are for my collegiate as well as my high school girls. We'll wrap up at the booty shop at after the 6 o'clock class. It's usually about 35 to 40 minutes. Most of the girls like to do selfies the whole time, as well as workout. And then you'll have the free evening to kind of relax. There is the potential, just wanted to make this note, there is a potential to have the booty shop workout a little bit earlier in the day, which would give you more time to relax. So we will keep you posted as soon as possible. Okay. Most of the girls appreciate a free evening. Jess also has shared that with me in the past. So we are working to see if we can provide a flexibility to do it a little bit earlier, but not be so overwhelming from the day touring Greenville. So we'll keep you posted so you can kind of plan any breaks or snacks or just kind of getting a nap, which I know is very important. All right. So for my older divisions, the welcome party, just kind of breaking it down, the Golden Pearls party, we started just giving you some options for some attire wear. You can do creams, golds, whites, any outfit. I love that Jess, just calling her out. I love that Jess chose pants, which we hadn't seen before for our Golden Pearls party. This is also your first photo shoot with Rogers Polk. Rogers will be capturing images that will be shared on social media, and that will be kind of like your replacement headshots. But those are the photos that will be used when we identify who the top 5 is, as well as any optional winners. So definitely bring some fun outfits, something that's unique and kind of expresses your personality. A lot of our girls were also able to embrace kind of a mini photo shoot outside of the signature photo shoot. So definitely, if you're interested, if you're trying to create a portfolio, Rogers is going to continue working with you if you choose to do so. So if you have other outfits, and I'll share with you throughout the week that you just want to, you love this outfit, it's not pageant related, but you want to get headshots for work or for a grad job, he's going to take them for you and provide that and add it to your portfolio. But for the Golden Pearls party, these are some of the outfit ideas that can inspire you, as well as checking out our social media. And then on Wednesday is our Visit Greenville. We tour areas in Greenville. And like I said, we'll definitely mix it up for the places that we've been in the past. So there will be no crazy surprises, but there'll be fun activities that you can kind of play with your, interact with your sister queens. This is meant to be a casual and cute day. You will be provided a MCU tank top. So if you have a sports bra kind of fit or a strapless bra, definitely bring it with you. We also provide sports bra clips that will pull your bra straps to fit underneath of the tank top in the back. So it looks like a clean look for you. We will provide you the tanks at orientation. You are required to wear the medium blue. It's denim jeans, shorts, skirt. As I remember, Olivia, our first national queen, asked in this same meeting space, can you wear rhinestones on the skirt? Absolutely. I'm a pageant girl. Yes, you can put rhinestones on your denim bottoms of your choice. It's totally up to you, your preference. It is hot in Greenville. So I just say that if you choose to do short pants, just be cautious because it does get really warm out there. We do start the day pretty early so we can take our signature Liberty Bridge photos before you kind of start sweating or glistening with rhinestones. So just keep in mind, and then also please wear comfortable shoes. Steer clear from wedges, anything with an arch, only because you will be doing a little bit of walking. Our first year we did a scavenger hunt and some girls ended up taking their shoes off completely, which I really did not care for because I didn't want anybody to be harmed. So make sure you have some really cute, comfortable flats. It could be sneakers, it could be just slides, but make sure that they're not flip-flops, okay? And then, as I said, on Wednesday, we participate with a fitness workout at the Booty Shop, which is located on Main Street. It is one of our national sponsors. Our instructor provides a couple levels of workout. So if you choose moderate or intermediate, you can do that. But we ask that you wear anything that you're really comfortable and feel confident in as your fitness wear outfit. So it can be a two-piece, a one piece, could be shorts and a shirt. It's up to you. And I will say that the Booty Shop is exclusive to females. So besides Roger taking initial photos in the beginning, he leaves. And so this is a space just for women. So if you want to wear kind of like a zipper, a jacket to cover up as we go to the fitness center, you can do so. On July 4th, that will kick off our first round of rehearsals, including opening number rehearsals as well as walking patterns. And this will be for all phases of competition. This will be conducted at the hotel in our meeting room space. So we'll walk, kind of mimic what the theater layout will be. This is also our day that our junior high school queens arrive for pageant check-in as well as orientation. My junior high girls will participate in a gift exchange similar to the Golden Pearls event, as well as a photo shoot. Okay. In the evening will be our signature Sorority Emerald Awards dinner, and this is our award ceremony where we'll honor different special optional awards. We'll honor the class of 2024, and that's where I'll have some surprises, as Jess likes to hear me say. So it'll be good surprises at the award ceremony. Jess, I'm taking notes. I took notes. All right. All right, so our junior high school queens will arrive. It is business appropriate, something appropriate for our junior high girls. It can be a dress, a pantsuit, a romper, something really cute, and also embraces if a judge were to look at the photos that were captured by Rogers. I will kind of throw this in there. Judges may be roaming throughout the week. So just keep that in mind, and we won't announce it until Nationals Week. So that's something different that we're not sharing with you who the judges are until very close to the competition day. These outfits that my junior high school girls select, these are the outfits that will be captured in Roger's photo shoot. So definitely feel free to make it a dressy but fun and business-like attire. He'll be capturing those photos during your gift exchange as well in the lobby or a key place he's identified for the photo shoot. That evening on the 4th of July, we have our signature, as I said, Emerald dinner. It is 4th of July, but it's also our celebration. And so you can select any shade of green for the event. We embrace and definitely recognize any moms or dads that also embrace our signature green outfit if they are attending the dinner. It's not required for our parents, but we definitely want all of our state title holders and regional title holders to wear a signature green outfit of their choice. On Friday, July 5th, there is a morning opportunity if you have purchased a photo package by Rogers. He is opened up his schedule in the morning to capture any photos that you want. This could be, again, photos for your interview, a professional photo shoot, as well as any photos that you wanted to capture in any outfits separate from your competition wear. So that'll be open and that can be reserved directly through Rogers once you book the package. Personal interviews will run throughout the morning, starting at 10 a.m. And will run approximately till 2 p.m. with the judges' lunch built in. So you'll be provided the judges, your contestant order and the time prior to Nationals Week. And that way you'll know what contestant order you're in, and you can provide that information to any hair and makeup artists you might have booked. At 3 p.m., my collegiate and high school girls will participate in the annual mental health wellness session. My junior high
contestants to be aware, okay, great, recording, to be aware of what exactly our judges are being encouraged to look for and exactly how their groundwork is being laid in which they are utilizing to judge competition. So I invite you all to chat or unmute yourself with questions. Certainly there are potential limitations to information that I can provide, but I invite any and all questions. So don't hesitate to interrupt me. I'm absolutely okay with that. So I'm going to kind of go a little bit, I'm not going to be super structured in what I'm sharing. So I will look for you all to provide some input so that I can be sure to touch on things that are important to you. I also don't want to duplicate what Kia has already shared. So if I get into the waters of duplication, please also let me know that. But overall, as you can imagine, I know some of you are familiar with our organization. Many of you are likely familiar with pageantry and the very positive ideals that we promote, not just in the MCU organization, but in pageantry across the nation. So like you all, I have been involved in pageantry for over 25 years in various systems, both national, international, state, and regional competitions. And so I kind of can relate in a myriad of ways, both from previous contestant and now kind of on the other side of things where we're working to mentor contestants and help to support you all through the process of competition. So I'm going to kind of speak from both sides of experience. But ultimately, as you can imagine, our judges are looking for someone that really emulates the ideals and the principles of our overall organizational mission. So if I were to ask any of you all to give me an elevator speech about MCU, well, I hope you could do that fairly well. And if not, that's okay. But that is an example of something that our judges might be asking about or looking for in the context of personal interviews. Just because overall judges want to ensure that the next title holders can adequately represent the mission, not only just on the pageant stage, but in the more kind of like domestic platforms. So our national title holders, certainly we kind of look at this as a job. And so for our national title holders, the expectation is that we're going to go not only kind of embed ourselves in the state in which we represent, but we're going to go even broader than that and seek to amplify the MCU mission and voice across national campuses across the nation, and so on and so forth. And so we want to really invest in a title holder that has the means, the ability, and just kind of the wherewithal to be able to promote the organization on a national platform. So that's definitely first and foremost what our judges are looking for. And you might notice that in interview, many of your questions will kind of be oriented around the mission and really making sure that our contestants are aware of what the mission is and how they can build a business brand, a business plan around becoming the next title holder and finding ways to infiltrate the mission across the globe or across the country. And so the other thing that judges are going to be focused on in interview is going to come directly from your voice. And that's going to be funneled through your paperwork. So as Kia's already mentioned, it's very important to spend some time on your paperwork to really think about how are the words that I'm placing on these pages reflecting me? And if I were asked to speak about whatever is on my paperwork, could I do that eloquently? Could I do that in such a way that enhances the authenticity of what I'm looking to portray and come across as to the judges? We want you to be you. And first and foremost, that's the most important. I wish 20 years ago someone had really told me, hey, Erica, be you. I think much of my competition life, I strived to emulate previous title holders or what I thought that judges were expecting. And if I could go back, the number one change I would make is just putting Erica into the mix, being storybook instead of textbook. So when you think about your paperwork, really think about putting yourself into what you're addressing in your paperwork so that your judges are going to be able to ask you about you. And instead of that maybe tripping you up, that's something that you're super passionate to speak to and to speak about. So with that, as Kia's also already mentioned, it's super important to have your paperwork in on time. So judges will receive a judge's manual about 3 weeks outside of National Week. And that is so that they can review your paperwork in advance so that they can formulate questions and really get to know you before they actually physically meet you. So please ensure that your paperwork is on time so that you don't miss opportunity for the judges to get to know you ahead of national competition. With that, our judges are also encouraged to get to know you on social media. So when they get the judge's manual, it might be helpful to include your social media handles in your paperwork so that judges can actually go and take a look at the things that you're doing in your respective communities and states and regions, and they can really get to know you in a more well-rounded way, again, before they officially meet you in person Nationals Week. So keeping that in mind, and then when we get to Nationals Week, judges are also instructed, okay, Kia's saying social media is not required. That's absolutely accurate. But if you have social media, it might be nice to indicate that somewhere in your paperwork so judges can take a look at that. The other thing is Nationals Week, judges, they might be around during the week outside of just the weekend. So keeping that in mind, you never know who you're going to run into, who you're going to be around. Bye, Jess. It was good seeing you. I'll see you in a couple of months. Yes, love back for sure. And so we always encourage judges to keep an eye out for contestants throughout our host hotel or kind of, just throughout Nationals Week, because we might even show up at your rehearsals. So a lot of this is going to be unannounced, but the purpose behind that is, again, we want judges to get to know the real you, not the stage version of you, the interview version of you, but you. And so keeping that in mind, that during Nationals Week, just be aware that, others around you might actually be a judge. Who knows? So judges will be coming in at various points, but they definitely, some of them may be there the week before the actual competition weekend itself. So I'm going to pause and see if there are any questions on some of those components before I move forward. Okay, The other thing that I think is important to recall throughout Nationals Week and post-competition is that our judges are instructed not to speak directly to you at any point. And that includes prior to competition on social media platforms or things like that. So if you outreach them before or after competition on social media, because of course during Nationals weekend, you'll then find out who the judges are. And so you absolutely can add them on social media. But if you reach out to them for feedback, they are instructed not to provide any direct feedback. Reason for that is equitability. We want to make sure that you're going through the appropriate channels to receive your scores and any feedback that has been provided by the judges. And so in order to do that, you would reach out to our director, Kia, who can provide you with your scores. And we do encourage our judges to provide commentary. So actual quantitative or qualitative, gosh, I'm like losing my words here, but we want them to provide actual commentary and feedback to you during competition. So you will have your qualitative and your quantitative scoring information available to you after competition. I think that, okay, great. That was what I was going to ask about, Kia. And so you will have access to that 15 days outside of competition date. So if you would like to access that, and again, I'm mixing my personal here too as a previous competitor, I would highly encourage you, especially if this is one of your first times competing, to access that. I mean, it's feedback, it's there for you. And I think feedback is ultimately in any domain in our lifetime, feedback is going to help us continue to improve upon what we're doing. And so please access that because it's there for you. Other than that, formal channel, judges are unable to directly speak with you and they're unable to directly provide any feedback to you prior to, during, or after competition. So if you happen to message a judge, because maybe you forget this little component of today and you don't hear anything back, or you hear a great question, reach out to your director, Kia. Please don't be upset with the judges themselves. They are directed to respond in that way. And so please keep that in mind. Also after competition, if you see them in the host hotel or otherwise, please do not go up to them and ask questions or ask for direct feedback. And this pertains not only to ourselves as contestants, but also anyone affiliated with a contestant. So family members, parents, etc. Judges are just unable to speak one-on-one, providing any feedback. We need to adhere to the formal channels that our organization has put in place to access feedback instead. So any questions about that? Okay, now I'm going to go on to the phases of competition. I know that Kia has already kind of outlined each phase for you alongside percentages, so how they're weighted in overall scoring. So I'm not going to belabor that information, but I do want to just find out if there are any questions pertaining to phases of competition, what judges are instructed to look for, what they're scoring on, and or any questions about the interview component and paperwork score deductions if you're missing paperwork. Really quickly, I can't reiterate this enough. Paperwork, if it's not submitted by the deadline, the judges aren't going to have it to get to know you ahead of competition. But secondarily, there is a 0.5 deduction for each set of missing paperwork on your overall interview score. And that's just at baseline. So this is a job, and just like an actual job interview, I would hope that none of you would show up without your resume in tow or without information that your potential employer has requested of you ahead of the interview. So similarly, we take that very seriously. And this is really kind of the first opportunity that our judges are able to get to know you. So again, take advantage of that and be timely with your submissions because this is important and a huge kind of skill and necessary trait for a national title holder is to have very good time management skills, because we have to balance a lot. We're taking on a whole nother job and opportunity, albeit a very energizing and positive one. But for many of us, we're in school. We may also have, a part-time or a full-time job. We're a family member, we're a sister, or, we may have a lot of other things going on. And so we realize that taking on a national title adds to that already very full life that you all are coming in with. So we know that being able to adequately manage our time is really important. And so allow yourself to show up in that way by submitting your paperwork on time and showcasing that you are someone that's committed to managing deadlines, managing your time appropriately, and kind of being able to be dependent upon, and that you're able to follow through with things that are required of you. Okay, so I am also just going to share this one last piece of information. A reminder that judges are not our enemy. So I know sometimes if maybe if results don't turn out the way that we would like or that we planned, a lot of times we can be angry with judges. I'm not saying anyone on this call is that way, but I know I've been that way in the past where I'm like, oh my goodness, those judges just don't understand. And so completely honor and respect our immediate emotions, after the competition is done and over with. But please do not seek any kind of negative commentary or, gosh, this is kind of a harsh word, but I can't think of any other word, retaliation against judges. Know that they're there to also do a job and to be as just and equitable as possible. And so know that they are our friends, and we appreciate their willingness to give of their time and their talents, and to take off days of their very busy professional lives to be with us. So let's honor and respect them through the process. Okay, Kia, have I missed anything that is important to share?
As always, I think you did a great job covering everything that's really important. I did want to share, in certain circumstances, you might hop on an elevator and end up with a judge. You do not have to run away if they hop on the elevator. You can just, greet them good morning. That's fine. Just not having complete dialogue with a judge if you fall in tight quarters with a judge unintentionally. So they are human, as Erica said. So if you do run into it, it's not a lot of times not intentional, but just make sure that you are keeping distance as much as possible. Perception is a lot, so the judges don't want to be in close quarters intentionally, because they don't want it to be perceived as anything as just going up to their room, for instance. So yes, Erica, thank you for that. Erica has done a great job. Erica also served as a national judge the first year of MCU with Jackie. And as I said, they're stuck with us, like after they joined the sisterhood. So Erica has graciously stepped in as a national judges coordinator to take that initiative from her experience as a contestant and working as a judge and other systems, that she's been the expertise, and she knows a lot of people. So she does a really great job of identifying amazing individuals to serve as judges. Really, the judges really want to know why we created Miss Collegiate USA, so that they really can identify the best title holders as well as representatives to take on their year. So they are also very much invested and selecting representatives that understand the mission. And a lot of times they stick around. Vera is one of them that sticks around. But Erica does a really great job, and she is already selecting 2025 judges, which is crazy to think about. So she's really dedicated to the organization and its mission. So thank you. And as I said before, the power of sisterhood amongst pageantry. Erica and I were twins at our national competition, and we've never parted since then.
Yep, that is true. So I think that is also just one last thing I will reiterate is the people around you on this call and whom will be around you in person the week of nationals have potential to be some of your closest friends. So do take the opportunity to look at one another as supporters versus competitors, because there is a lot of just positive that can come from this opportunity. Also, Jackie, I have known for many, many years through different realms of pageantry. And so that connection actually came from a previous Miss International who knew that I was a North Carolina representative. Jackie was moving from her home state to North Carolina. So Miss International reached out to me and said, hey, my friend Jackie's coming to your state. Can you kind of help to acclimate her? And so Jackie and I have connected and known each other ever since. And there's countless stories that Kia and I could share, probably that you all could even share, but just an overarching reminder that there's so much possibility to walk away with a great extra added network, a great set of new friends. And professionally, Kia, I know that I, in like the business world, have had so much opportunity to connect with previous individuals that I've competed with over the years that have become really important business partners and have really helped in a lot of other ways outside of just personal growth and evolution.
Absolutely. Pageant girls are strong, so we are inspired in the next boss women of the generation. So I can see that alignment all the time. Thank you, Erica, for sharing, jumping on a Saturday and sharing the vision of the organization. I know you are always a part of our pageant family, so we value your expertise.
Thank you all so much. I'll go ahead and hop off, but if any questions arise between now and nationals, of course, go through Kia, I'm happy to help support you all and facilitate answering of any questions that you might have after today. So thank you so much for being with us. I can't wait to see you all in person. I won't be able to speak very much until after the pageant, but I do look forward to seeing you all in person in Greenville come July. So thank you and have a great Saturday.
Thanks, Erica. And as just a reminder, you should not be reaching directly out to Erica prior to the pageant. So if you do have questions, feel free to reach out to myself, the general email, and we will navigate that. We like to separate that out because she is the coordinator of the national judges. And so her selection and her sharing with the judges, I rarely get a part of that world until after. So just a couple more updates, and then I will open it up for questions. Ad pages are due by June 1st. So if you have submitted that to our sponsor or completed the online form for my collegiate and high school girls, make sure that you have done so at your convenience. We did extend it to allow for recent photo shoots that I saw a lot of girls were partaking in. So they wanted to ensure that they had their newest photos as a part of the ad page. So make sure that you do have a little bit of time, but making sure and considering the Memorial Day holiday and their availability. Additionally, for my junior high school ladies, you have the option of selecting a pink opening number dress or attire of your choice. So please be sure that you have selected that or have ordered that and you're receiving it in a timely fashion. At this point, we are dealing with a couple of different holidays, including Memorial Day and the 4th of July. So you just want to be cognizant of that at this point when ordering or awaiting arrivals. I have been one person that has stalked the UPS truck on my app when I'm waiting for something to arrive. So just make sure that you're not in that predicament for anything. I was waiting for my my degree, my diploma to be arrived. So it wasn't like a real dire. And then the last thing for my high school and collegiate ladies, please make sure you are submitting your opening number dress order form. We do have plans to ship out dresses so that you can make any proper alterations. I see a sigh of relief. So if you've ordered or submitted your form over the last, I think it was, I want to say 2 weeks, Your dress size has already been ordered. If you have not done so just yet, we will be sending the batch in shortly thereafter, but the deadline for that is May 15th. So please be sure to get that in. The earlier you submit the form, the earlier we can get that. We found out we can do batches. And so if you've already submitted the form, your order's already been placed and we're waiting for the arrival. So you'll get a care package from us. We will notify you. So you'll get a tracking. It'll be sent either FedEx or UPS so you can track the arrival of it. It will accompany your opening number dress and your earrings. It is a new designer, but it is great fabric and material. One of the great things is, because I know everybody's worried about size, and Jenna, I love you dearly, length. Probably. We want to make sure that, you know, it fits, but there are adjustable straps. So if you're worried about that, that'll give you some grace. And then we really asked for, I think, measurements as well as your preferred size, so we can give the designer the exact silhouette of you so that you'll feel comfortable. So it is our goal to have it to you before June 1st. If you've ordered, then you can make modifications. And if worst case scenario, we do have some lenience to ask the designer to send a replacement if that's the case, it's necessary. But I'm hopeful the sizing seems very true. So hopefully everybody fits and they can make any modifications if they need to. Keep in mind, if you're making modifications or alterations, please don't make it too short. Opening number dress is not, opening number dance is not for a superstar dancer. So it won't be a crazy dance. You will be in heels. So it will be a little probably shimmy and move, but it won't be any bending. Exactly, Jenna. It won't be any bending, but please just be thoughtful because you will be on stage elevated. So if you do have to hem because of the length, please just be thoughtful that you need to be up on stage and the judges will be looking up at you. For my girls, high school and collegiate, you do have a choice. There is a preference, first choice and second choice. We are sorting based on availability. So if you ordered, there's a choice between gold, Kelly green, and dark green. So we are trying to select your first choice, but if we have too many of the same, then we might opt for your second choice. So please, if you have a preference, please submit your form earlier than the May 15th deadline. Excuse me, as the notes say, it is required that you have skin tone color heels to accompany, and then thoughtful garments underneath. Like I said, you will be given your dress so you can select your garments that accompany and feel good underneath of the dress. But I will just share, it should probably be a strapless dress, a strapless bra for the dress, or clear straps to fit underneath of it so we don't see the strap. Any questions? I feel like I gave Jenna like the last thing that she wanted to hear so she could breathe. But was there anything else that I may have missed that you were hoping to hear?
I want to preface I'm only 4'9"3/4. So that's why length at 29 is always a concern for me. I have multiple third graders that are taller than me. So that's why that was stressful to me.
I know.
But I do want to put out there, if anyone needs like help finding pageant stuff on a budget, it's like my favorite thing to do. So I'm more than happy to. You can message me because I like shopping a little too much.
I love that. Thanks, Jenna, for offering that. Jenna, I think in Pennsylvania, Jenna was like, I got this for like $20. And I was like, where were you when I was competing?
I'm all about finding the deals. You just gotta know where to look.
I have a
There's
question.
more opportunity on social media and platforms than when I was competing. So I'm aging myself a little bit, but yeah, definitely. Thank you for offering that, Jenna.
In the swimsuit, the coverage on the swimsuit bottoms, is there a preference for that?
Yes, so make sure that for my collegiate girls that you are wearing a swimsuit that's appropriate that grandma and grandpa would approve of. So just be thoughtful of what you're wearing. Again, you will be on stage elevated, so it should be appropriate. We last year we had the local news station, Fox, in South Carolina. That filmed some of that. So we also want to be thoughtful if it is filmed on television that it is appropriate. You are college age or older, so just be within reason that we're not on the tropical beaches. So make sure there's significant coverage on the back. Jackie is not here, but Jackie will be backstage with our famous butt glue if you need that applied safely so it doesn't ride up. But yes, just make sure that grandma, maybe your employer would be okay with you wearing that and appearing in some photos. So think about that. Rebecca.
Um, so I don't know why I didn't ask this when you were talking about the hair and makeup sponsor, but will there be a hairstylist that specializes in natural hair there?
Yes, so I will provide you with bios of all of the hair and makeup artists so you can take a look. They also were required to provide their portfolio so you can take a look and see at the other clients that they worked with. Yes.
All right, thank you.
Our excuse me, our photographer Rogers has worked with a few of them, and that has been his requirement as well. And working with hair and makeup artists, he likes to work with artists that have specialized in different skin tones as well as textured hair. So he's also, even though he's a man, he is great because he understands the importance of having educated artists that have worked with different skin tones, textures of hair, things like that. Again, you're not required to use our sponsored vendors, but if you choose to do so, that's part of the reason why we selected 3 so that you have a choice. And some of our vendors are bringing team members. So depending on their client, they'll bring team members that specialize in different clientele.
I know you mentioned that you received like the price list last night, I think. When can we expect that to be sent out? I know that you just got it.
Yeah.
But do you have any sort of estimated timeline on that?
It's my homework this weekend. So
Okay.
you'll have it out before Monday arrives.
Cool,
My
thank
goal
you.
is to get some coffee and then I'll work on it and get that out to you. Any other questions? It's so nice to see everybody's faces. I see it on social media all the time, but it's great to see all the faces. I'm really excited. So Jess will know, and all of my formers will know that I am famous for doing surprises. And I like them to be good surprises. But Jessica warned me, like, some surprises we just kind of caught off guard. So I am thoughtful of some of the surprises that are will be revealed, but they are good surprises. No, we will not have a swimsuit photo shoot this year. But there will be some other fun just opportunities that you'll be able to embark on during Nationals Week. So again, be thoughtful. I believe in naps. My family laughs at me. I believe in naps. So definitely we make time for you to take a break, to spend time with friends and family. It is a Nationals Week pageant competition, but we want you to have fun and we want you to be whole. So just keep it in mind if you have preference in dietary restrictions, share that with us, but also make sure that you're bringing snacks or things along with you. Greenville does close early-ish. Just coming from like the DC, Maryland, Virginia, like nothing closes. You can always find something. Greenville, South Carolina kind of closes a little early for me, unless it's the weekend. So just planning for that. If you are a late snacker, for instance, some things might be closed where you at home, it's open. So just planning accordingly for that. We will share Mama Brown, who's my mom. She found a list of late night spots in Greenville. So she will share that with you. So if you do need to run out CVS or just have late dinner with family, we'll have a list that we can provide to you as a resource. All right, I have a question. Yes.
I had a question. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My name is May. This is my daughter, Leah. We are very new in this whole process of pageantry. So I had a question in the regards to the different divisions, especially the junior high school division, because I know that one is new this year.
Yes.
Would will there ever be a possibility of like there's not enough contestant and then there isn't a division at the last minute or anything like that?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not. We will be crowning our first ever Miss Junior High School. Yes,
That's exciting.
that is exciting. So
Thank
we
you.
do have a number of girls that were unable to attend this session, but parts of it has been recorded to provide them at least the resource. But yes, I will be adopting 3 new girls to the family as my daughters.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I think that we've covered everything that I would like to cover. Again, you'll have the resource, the vendor newsletter that just was released recently. It will be updated with the 2 new vendors for your resource. I'll work on the price list and get that back to you. I don't see any crazy adjustments to the agenda. I think I shared with you the maybe the one that stands out with the booty shop adjustment, which I think you'll appreciate once you get into day 2, that it'll be a little bit earlier, but we will keep you posted if there's any changes to it. Keep it in mind if you're booking with Rogers, which I highly encourage because his pictures are like amazing. He will give you additional opportunities and time slots to do photos of your choice. If you want to do impromptu photos, he will give you time to do that. So just looking at your agenda, you can build that in as well. Okay. Well, it's 1:27 here, so I'm letting you out 3 minutes early, which is a win for me. But if any questions come about after you've kind of looked through everything, you know where to reach us. Feel free to email us anytime. You can also use the chat online and definitely use the MCU groups. If you're asking for questions, Jenna and a couple other ladies have offered their expertise or just experience. So feel free to use that group chat just to bounce some ideas or ask for help. I will also send you the resources contact for Jackie if you would like to reach out to her. All right, ladies, beautiful queens, I will see you in 2 months. It's almost here, so definitely reach out if you have questions, but have a wonderful weekend and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Kia.
Thank you.
Bye.